Vishyamavajamam prasukham sanjeevayaptikrashaktidarasvadham sarasvajarana shravanatpadadin pranam namo bhagavate purukhaya swayam satyaha prajnapattivinitayah dītisthāti pratāः satyam tandham pranamāmyaham sadāshivasamarambhāṃ shankaraचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे We are done up to 54. Let's start from 49. Grahamedhinascha mitram kim
bharya ogricha yojate oyajnaha yasya vitashreyas karonranam kasya kriya hi sapala yah punaracharavanchishtah kashishtaha yo veda pramanavan ko bhataha kriyabhrashtaha ko dhanyaha sannyasi ko manyaha panditas sadhuhu kasyeyaha yodataha ko data yorthitrustimadavate kim bhagyam devatam आरोग्यं कफली कृषिकृत कस्य न पापं जपतः कफपूर्णः यः प्रजावान् स्यात् किं दुष्करं नराणां यन्मनसो निग्रहः सततं को ब्रह्मचर्यवान् स्यात् यश्चास्खलितोध्वरे तस्कः काचारदेवतोक्ता चिच्छक्तिः को जगद्भर्ता सूर्यः सर्वेषां को जीवनहेतुः सपर्जन्यः
कश्यूरः यो भीतत्राता त्राता चकः सद्गुरुः को हि जगद्गुरुरुक्तः शम्भुः ज्ञानं कुतः शिवादेव There are 4 questions and answers. कश्यूरः यो भीतत्राता Kashuraha. We had this question earlier also. Kashuraha. The answer was Yo Lalaha Lochana Banirna Chavyethitaha. Ramadapi Kashuraha. Parasharanihato Nayaschalati. So here Kashuraha Yo Bhitatrapa is the answer. Shuraha, if you want to translate into English, you can either say someone who is valorous, brave, courageous, or one can, if you want to use some juicy term, hero, something like that. So Shuraha. Kashuraha. The answer he gives here is Yo Bhitatrata. Bhitaha means means the one who is afraid of. Trata means protector. So Tranam is protection. Trata is the one who protects. So Bhita Trata means the one who protects those who are afraid of. So this is what literally the term is. Bhita Trata. You can think of several instances in which people do this amazing feat. Suppose, so I have seen and I have heard also. So suppose somebody just gets carried away by the flow of water. There may be others who will quickly jump into that water and then try to save him. As you get carried away by water, obviously you are a bhita. Okay? You are really a scared person. And someone jumps, courageously jumps. So he has the bravery and then tries to pull you out of water. He is obviously a Shura. Okay? Bhita Trata. Okay? So there are other instances where so you may be really scared of some examination. If I have not prepared, etc. So in the last moment somebody comes and saves you. Okay? So teaches you. I have done so some similar instances. So just there will be 2-3 days because of friendship. So you just go and help the student to get good score in the examination. You spend all the time with them. So then also you are a Bhita Trata. But I mean you will not be called really Shuraha in that sense. You have offered some timely help. Bhita Trata. So you are a Bhita Trata truly, but it is not an act of great bravery. So any Bhita Trata need not be considered Shuraha. Shuraha means, I mean, in some sense you can call skillful. That even in 2 days, I mean, you have made him clear the exam well. So it is in that skillful in that sense you can use. So Shuraha has several connotations. Here, Kashuraha, you Bhita Trata, he says, and subsequently, Acharya Strata Chakaha Sadguru. So these two, my feeling is, they have to be sort of clubbed together and understood. So Trata, so who is the protector? So the answer is Sadguru, who is the answer he gives. Okay. So Kashuraha, in fact, we have Bhiti generated out of several contexts. So you would have ventured to invest somewhere and you will be really scared. So then also somebody can come and help you out. These are all some normal things at the mundane level. But the Bhiti which arises out of samsara, so that Bhiti. So if you just consider, Trata will be only Sadguru. Understand? So Bhiti which arises out of various events here is one thing. The Bhiti that arises out of the experiences in samsara is something which is far more difficult to get rid of. So Kashuraha, so yo Bhita Trata. In fact, there is a beautiful description of the Bhiti. Durvara samsara davagnitattam bodhuyamanam duradrishtavatihi bhitam prapannam paripahi mrityoho sharanyamanyam yadaham najani. The same word, Pita is used. Okay. So when you approach the teacher, so this is how he approaches. Guruvara samsara davagni taptam, I think davagni taptam. Guruvara samsara davagni taptam. Davagni refers to forest fire. Forest. So small fires can be easily extinguished. Forest fires cannot be easily extinguished. It can go on for months also. Recently something happened in Australia. So forest fire. So here he is comparing the samsara to Davagni. Okay. So Durvara samsara Davagni taptam. Davagni taptam means I am being burnt by the forest fire. And Durvara means something which is difficult to get rid of. Dukhena varayitum shakyate Durvara. Okay. Very difficult to get rid of. So very difficult to get rid of means to save myself. So here the description is, so to save yourself from the forest fire of samsara. So Durvara. But Durvara should not be understood as difficult to get rid of by any means, on my own. So if you go to teacher and ask him to save, so on my own I cannot do well, even the examination which I said. So on your own maybe you cannot get rid of. So with somebody's help you can. So Durvara samsara tavagni taptam. I am unable to find a solution. And what is being stated further is more interesting. See, Dodhu yamanam duradrishtavatai. Dodhu yamanam means doing company. Basically, so he is thrown here and there. Okay, so I am thrown hither and thither. That is what it means. Dodhu yamanam. And why Dodhu yamanam? It is a beautiful usage. It is a poetic way of representing the bhiti. And it has been beautifully done by Shankara. Okay? Vivek Chudamani. Dodhu yaman. See why? See this forest fire, if it is there, if you are lucky and the wind blows the other way around, so then the blaze of the fire may not hurt you that much. But here the wind blows, and here the description given is Duradrishta Vata. So Duradrishtam means Adrishta is something which is unknown. Duradrishtam essentially means papa. So Duradrishta Vashat, even Tamil, Duradrishta Vashat means Papa Vashat. That is all it essentially means. So unlucky is the phrase we may use, but we use it as Papa Vashat. Okay. So Duradrishta Vashat. So Duradrishta Vataihi means, so because of the wind which blows, so in contrary to the desirable direction. So either you are pushed into it or the fire is pushed towards you. Dodhu yamanam duradrishta vataihi. So this happens to a few people I have seen. You are really fortunate. One after the other, they may be getting into sequence of troubles. Okay? So that is what is described as duradrishta vataihi dodhu yamanam. Dodhu yamanam duradrishta vataihi. So then, what does he say? Bhitam prapannam paripahi mrityo. So now I am completely shattered. I am scared. Bhitam prapannam. So prapannam means I am surrendering unto you. Paripahi mrityo. May you save me from mrityu. Mrityu essentially means samsara. Mrityoho paripalaya means how can you do? There is a very interesting verse. Earlier we had a question, no? Mrityu. Vitaha, Maranam. Maranam. Kasmad bhayamika. Maranat. You understand? Kasmad bhayamiha maranat. So, bhitam prapannam paripahi mrityoho. This maranat essentially means the verse is mrityor vibheshi kim mudha bhitam kim unchate yamaha ajatam naiva grinhati uyatra majanmani. Very nice verse. I don't know where from. Mrityor vibheshi kim mudha. Hey mudha, mrityoho kim vibheshi. This verse basically says, Bhitam prapannam paripahi mrityoho. May you save me from mrityu, which means janma marana pravaha. So this verse tells you, Mrityor vibheshi kim mudha. So why are you fearing of mrityu? Bhitam kim munchate yamaha. Just because you are afraid of his yama going to leave you. Bhitam kim munchate yamaha. So then he says philosophically, ajatam naiva grinhati. If you are never born, then how can he take you? Therefore, may you make efforts ajanmani. Okay? So not to be born. So this is a beautiful way of presenting. So here the question is Kashuraha yo bhitatrata. So Shuraha here you should take as someone who is extremely skillful in taming the mind of the other person so that he is not scared of samsara. Understand? So that is why the next question is also related to that. So bhitatrata. So the other fear, I mean, anybody can protect you, and you don't need a sadguru to protect you. Okay. So Kashuraha, who is skillful. See, you may be able to pull out the person from various kinds of trouble. That is all temporary reliefs that you can get here. But the fear that he has been facing, in facing the samsara, is something which is very difficult to get rid of. And you need really articulate guru who is grounded in shastras. Then only he can help you out. So that is why the next question he says, Trata Chakaha Sadguru. The Sadguru, Guravassanti Bahavaha Sishya Chittapaharakaha Durlabhastu Guru Loke Sishya Hrittapaharakaha. Guravassanti Bahavaha Sishya Vittapaharakaha. Okay. So they take Vitta means money. See, nowadays you go and then they just take money. See, before you get admitted, you have to pay. You understand? So Guravassanti Bahavaha, there are plenty of gurus who take money from you, who snatch away money from you. Guravassanti Bahavaha Sishya Vittapaharakaha Durlabhastu Gurur Loke Sishya Chittapaharakaha. So, Chittapaharakaha. So this Chittapaharaka means that Bhita Chitta. This is what we need to understand. So Chittapaharaka, he is able to grab your mind. Sishya Chittapaharakaha. So that is what is Sadguru in fact. Shrotriyo Vrijinaha. Shrotriyo Shrotriyo Vrijino Kama Hatoyo Brahmavittamaha Brahmavittamaha Brahmanyuparatashantaha Girindhanaivanalaha. Correct. I think it is coming the same way. He is Sadguru. Shrotriyaha means Shrotriyas Chando Dhite. So Shrotriyaha means one who has studied Veda. One who has properly studied Vedanta is Shrotriya. Okay. Shrotriyaha. Avriginaha. See, Avriginaha means one who does not commit any sin. So, Papa karmani na pravritta. Avriginaha. See, Avriginam andatam duscharitam karmagam satyagam sucharitam. So, Avriginam. Shrotriyaha Avriginaha. In fact, if he is true Shrotriya, he will be Avrigina. Okay. So, then Akamahataha. See, Shrotriyo Vrigino Yo.
Shrotriyo Vrigino Kamahato Yo.
See, Shrotriyo Vrigino Yo. Shrotriyo Vrigino Kamahato Yo. Brahmavittamaha. Akamahataha. Akamahataha means Kamena Nahataha. See, Kamena Hataha, Kamahataha. Kamena Nahataha. Kamena Nahataha, Akamahataha. Okay. Na Kamahataha, Akamahataha. This is how you have to do. Akamena Hataha, you should not say. Akamena, nobody will be Hataha. Okay. So, Kamena Hataha, Kamahataha. Na Kamahataha, Akamahataha. Akamahataha is the one who is not driven by desires. Okay. One who does not crave for things. Akamahata. In fact, we have several levels of Akamahata. Okay. In Taittiriya Upanishad. So, Akamahataha. So, Shrotriyo Vrijino Kamahato Yo Brahmavittamaha. So, if he is Akamahata, obviously he will be Avrigina. So, only Kama makes people commit sins. So, he is Sadguru. So, Sadguru means Shrotriyaha, Avriginaha, Akamahataha. Not only that, Brahmavittamaha. So, one who has understood thoroughly Vedanta for himself and puts it into practice. Brahmavittamaha is the superlative. Okay. Shrotriyo Vrijino Kamahato Yo Brahmavittamaha Brahmanyuparata. So, since he is a Brahmavittama, he is Brahmanyuparata. He dwells in Brahman all the time. Brahmanyuparata Shantaha. Thereby he is Shanta. And the example that he gives is Nirindhana Ivanalaha. Nirindhana Ivanalaha. Analaha means fire. Nirindhanaha means, so if there is nothing to burn, how can the fire burn? So the simile is, Kama is like something fire. Okay, it keeps burning. If the fuel itself is not there. Fuel is not there means you don't supply Vishayas for Kama. So that is how it is. Okay, only when Vishayas are supplied, it will keep on burning. So that is how this is to be understood. Traka, Chakaha. So for this person, this Trata, so who is scared from samsara, who can save him? So Sadguru. Trata, Chakaha, Sadguru. Kohi Jagat Guru Ruktaha. Then the next question is, for the entire Jagat, so who can be Guru? Kohi Jagat Guru Ruktaha. In fact, if one were to give an interesting answer, one has to recall what the Paramacharya said once. So the word Jagadguru is supplied to refer to reverentially many of the Mathadipatis. Okay, so we say Jagadguru Shankaracharya. So this Jagadguru has two words in it, and it is a compound word, Jagat and Guru. Okay, so this compound can be compounded in many ways. So if you use Bahuvrihi, how will you do that? Jagat Guruhu Yasya Saha. If you use Tatpurusha, then Jagataha Guru. Okay? So Jagataha Guruhu means the one who is the teacher of the world. It is generally used in this sense. Okay? World means all the people, and he is supposed to be the teacher of the entire world, and therefore Jagat Guru. Jagataha Guru. Jagat Guru. Jagat here refers to people in the world. Jagat Guru. Okay? This is how generally we understand the term. But then once Paramacharya said, so I wouldn't like to take the meaning of this compound as Tatpurusha. He was jocularly saying, there is a phrase in Sanskrit, maxim, Shishya Papam Gurum Brajet. Okay, so the sins committed by Shishyas go to the Guru. Okay, Shishya Papam Gurum Brajet. So if I were to be described Jagat Guru in this sense, then I will be caught with so many papas. So I don't understand this phrase this way. But I understand it as a Bahuvrihi compound. Bahuvrihi Jagat Guruhu Yasya Saha means for whom the entire world itself is teacher. Okay? There are so many things that you can learn from the world. And for me, the entire world is a teacher. And this is how I try to understand. See, in fact, the one who understands this compound as a Bahuvrihi is real Jagat Guru. Okay? Kohi Jagat Guru Ruptaha Shambhu. Shambhu means Shiva. See, there is a beautiful verse. So here, the question is in connection with Trata, one who protects you from samsara. Okay, various kinds of Bhitis. Okay, so that is how Bhita, Trata, and Jagat Guru. Trata cha Sadguru and he is Jagat Guru. In fact, there is a beautiful verse. Rodhastoya Kritaha Shramena Pathikaha Chayam Karor Vrishtito Bhitasvasthagraham Grihasthamatithihi Nina Prabhundharmikam Deepam Santamasa Kulascha Shikhinam Shitavritastvam Tatha Chetas Sarvabhayavam Prajasukham Shambhof Padam Oruham. Sarvabhayapaham. See, there are various things which can help you to get rid of various kinds of fears. There is a beautiful sequence here. Rodhastoya Hritaha. You are carried away by water, you are really scared. And which saves you? Either somebody who has to jump and then catch you, okay? Or if you find a post to which you can hug to, so then you will look for it. Toya Hritaha Rodhaha. Rodha means something which stops the flow. Shramena Pathikaha Chayam Taroho. See, this fellow is walking in scorching sun. Okay. So he will look for the shade of a beautiful tree. Chayam Taroho. Shramena means, so once he is really tired of walking, so then if he can rest, so that saves him from bhaya. See, bhaya of, so getting sunstroke. Shramena Pathikaha Chayam Taroho. Then Vrishtito Bhitaha Swasthagraham. So Bhitaha. If you are moving, okay, and suddenly there is a torrential rainfall. Vrishtito Bhitaha. What do we do? You go to some shelter. Swasthagraham. Okay. Swasthagraham means something which is solid. So if you go to some place, inside also it pours. Swasthagraham grihastham atithihi. Atithihi. So you are traveling from one place to other place. Grihastha. In fact, we had this, no? Somewhere, one who gives shelter for Atithi. Okay? Grihastham Atithi. So Atithi, a Grihastha is Ditatrata. Okay. Deenaf Prabhum Dharmikam. So you don't have money. So Prabhum Dharmikam. Okay, one who possesses resources and one who wants to share. Okay. Deepam Santamasa Kulascha. Pitch darkness. Okay. So then a light will help you. Some light somewhere. So that will make you get rid of the fear. So he will approach that. Deepam Santamasa Kulascha. Shitavrataha means he is really suffering from cold. And some fire somewhere. Like I had one experience. Long back, maybe 15 years back or so. Once I went to northeast. It was in December. Terrible cold. They put in some room. Myself and my mother. It was really shivering. Nothing could be done. Fortunately, after requesting, they got some heater. Shikhinam Shitavrataha. Some sort of fire. Otherwise, it just freezes. Shikhinam Shitavrtas. Now he says, Tvam Tatha Chetaha Sarvabhayapaham. Understand? So Sarvabhayapaham means, so all kinds of fear if it has to go, so you have to surrender. So that is what he means. Oh, he Jagat Guru Ruktaha. For the entire world, you cannot find a single Guru. Because in those days, Guru will be in some pockets. You cannot reach. And the Shambhu is the Jagat Guru. Oh, the Jagat Guru Ruktaha Shambhu. And in fact, those who are considering Jagat as Guru, so they become Shambhu. In fact, you call him as Avatara of Prameshwara. Oh, the Jagat Guru Ruktaha Shambhu. Jnanam Kutaha Shivadeva. Jnanam Kutaha Shivadeva. Where do you get jnana? The answer is from Shiva. I think this is based on this, I don't know where this verse is drawn from. It could be collected from various scriptures. We have this. So earlier we saw Arogyam, where the Arogyam Bhaskaradichede, there is a verse. Arogyam Bhaskaradichede, Shriyamiched Udashanad, Jnanam Maheshwaradichede, Mokshamichhed Janardhanat. This is a shloka. Arogyam Bhaskaradichede, Shriyamiched Udashanad. Udashana means fire. Okay. Shriyamiched Udashanad. Udashanat Shriyamiched means essentially what has been stated before. By performing various yagas, you will get various kinds of wealth. Shriyamiched Udashanat Jnanam Maheshwaradichhed. And we have Mokshamichhed Janardhanat. So that is how there is a verse which is quoted traditionally. Jnanam Kutaha Shiva Deva. This is one way of understanding the word Shiva. But Shiva you can understand as Mangalam. So Shiva means Mangalam. So Shiva means Mangalam. So Shiva Deva means, so this other way of understanding this term Shiva will help in trying to reconcile this with the other shlokas which are there in our Sanskrit. So we have this Jnana, Jnanam utpadyate pumsam kshayat apasya karmana. Jnanam utpadyate pumsam kshayat apasya karmana. So this is how we say. I think this is the Siddhanta in Advaita also. Okay. Papasya karmanaha kshayadeva. This is very simple to understand. Okay. And in fact, we have this mantra in Kathopanishad also. See, Navirato duscharitat Nashanto nasamahitah Nashanta vati prajnanenaina mapniyat. So now as a hetu for prajnana, first thing that is stated is so navirato duscharitat. So the one who does not retire from duscharita, he will not get. Means retiring from duscharita is the first cause. Kshayat papasya karmanaha. So papa karmanaha, this fellow has to first of all come out. Okay. So navirato duscharitat. So here, if you see, jnanam kutaha shivadeva, if you understand. So mangaladeva means only by performing auspicious things. So you will get jnana. So there are papat viratihi, number one. Then you should get punya. Both should be there. Okay. So jnanam kutaha shivadeva means by doing mangala karyas you will get jnana. So which includes all things. So various levels. Jnanam kutaha shivadeva. So in the verse, basically, so ashantaha, see, that is also mangala. So if you are able to be at peace with yourself, so if you are able to control your will, so all these things are auspicious. So which will lead you to this jnana. So by jnanam kutaha shivadeva, one is blessing of Rameshwara. And blessing of Parameshwara is obviously required for all these things. Read. Kashuraha yogi tatrata trata chakaha sadguru yogi jagadguru taha shundhu jnanam kutaha shivadeva. Muktim labheta kasmat.
Muktim labheta kasmat. Muktim labheta kasmat.
Mukunda bhaktehe.
Mukunda bhaktehe. Mukunda bhaktehe.
Mukundah kaha.
Mukundah kaha. Mukundah kaha.
Yastarayena vidyam.
Yastarayena vidyam. Yastarayena vidyam.
Kacha vidya.
Kacha vidya. Kacha vidya.
Yadatmano spurtihi.
Yadatmano spurtihi. Yadatmano spurtihi.
Rati Krishna. Muktim labheta kasmat. See, so the previous verse which I was quoting is just stating moksha michhe janardhanat. Mukunda generally refers to Vishnu. So moksham muktim labheta kasmat. From whom will you get? Kasmat means with the blessing of whom? Kasmat muktim labheta. So how will this person get relieved of? Mukunda bhaktehe. It is through the devotion of Mukunda. Mukunda bhaktehe muktim labheta. In fact, there is an interesting dialogue which went on. I remember. My father was in some Vidvat Sabha a long back. I remember. So this verse came as a quotation somewhere. And so there is a Vaishnava who was saying, so moksha if you want, it is only Hari who can give. Okay, moksha michhe janardhanat, that is what it says. Everybody seeks moksha, moksha is free. So then my father was saying, no, moksha may come and Hari may give moksha. But moksha cannot happen unless you have jnana. And once you have jnana, anyway, moksha is ensured. So Shiva is superior to Vishnu. So jnana vichet Maheshwarat. Moksha vichet, moksha is just giving. You understand? So if your credit card gives some money, so there should be some credit. So that credit is only Parameshwara. So So it's just some fun. So muktim viladeta kasmat mukunda bhakte. So Mukunda bhakti. In fact, see, the verse is very beautiful. So we just recall that verse. I don't know if I quoted it before. See, there was one verse not here. Vishnu. Vishnornamaiva pumsaha shamalamapanudat punyamutpadayaccha. So it is Vishnornamaiva Mukunda Bhakti. Vishnornamaiva pumsaha shamalamapanudat punyamutpadayaccha. Shamalamapanudat, first it will eradicate apa. So then it will generate punya. Punyamutpadayaccha by chanting the names. Okay. Shamalamapanudat punyamutpadayaccha brahmadisthanabhogat viratim atha dhushri padadandva bhaktim. So this punya increases, vairagya increases. Okay. Then Guru Bhakti, you go and approach the right teacher. Then atha Shri Guru padadandva bhaktim Tattvajnanam cha Vishnoho. So then Tattvajnana arises. Tattvajnanam cha Vishnoho. Iha mriti janana bhranti bijan cha daktva purnanandaika bodhe. Mahati cha purusham sthapayitva nivrittam. See, purnanandaika bodha, that is what is moksha. Okay, so Vishnu or Nama, it starts with the Purnanandaika bodhe Mahaticha Purusham Sthapayitva Nivrittam. So it leads you to moksha. You understand? So that is being shortly conveyed here. Muktim ladeta kasmatum mukunda bhaktehe. Now this Mukunda should not be considered as Shankachakra Gadadhari. So therefore, he is saying Mukunda Kaha yes Tarayeda Vidyam. You understand? So who is Mukunda? Means the one who enables you to get rid of avidya. Okay? The one who is able to help you to get rid of avidya. So if he is Guru itself is Mukunda. Okay? So it can be any bhakti. So the point is, it can be bhakti to Kamakshi, it can be bhakti to whichever form you like, Subramanian. So it doesn't matter. Mukunda bhaktehe mukunda kaha yastarayeda vidyam. One who is able to help you to cross over avidya. And what is this avidya? He says, kacha vidya. Yadatmano spurtihi. Atmanaha aspurtihi. The Atmanaha aspurtihi means aspurti. Spurtihi means jnanam here. Okay. Spurti can mean different things, but you should take it as jnanam. Okay. Atmanaha ajnanam. So, kacha avidya is the question. Okay, the answer is Atmanaha aspurti. Aspurti means not understanding the true nature of Atman. So, this can be at two levels. One is you just identify yourself with Deha, and the first level of understanding is Atma is different from this Karyakarta Sanghata. So, it is different from Sharira, Indriya, Manaha, etc. So this is one level of understanding. The second level of understanding, which is also extremely important, is so this Atman is by nature Sukha Rupa. So I don't need for me to be happy to engage with the external world. If that is your understanding, then it is avidya. I am Atma Ananda Rupaha. So this is what you should clearly understand. So this understanding is what will help you. So one is Sharirendriya Vyatiriktaha Atma. Okay, Sharirendriya Vyatiriktaha Atma. and I am Atma, Ananda Rupaha. So this understanding should be there. So if you understand that Vishaya is Sukha, then there is a serious problem. So therefore, so he says, Kacha Avidya. So their understanding is Avidyayaha Vimokaha Moksha. Getting rid of Avidya is Moksha. And what is this Avidya? Atmanaha Spurti. Not understanding the nature of Atma. Okay? That is what is the ultimate message which Vedanta has to give. Okay. So read this. Muktim labdheta kasmad mundabhaktehe mundakaha yastarena vidyam
kaja vidya yadatmanamsfurti.
सर्वे सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु